Hello once again, friends. We're in Olympic National Park on the coastal strip this time, and we are headed out to Yellow Banks. We're on the Ozette Triangle, and this is a loop basically, 9.2 miles. Sandpoint to the left on that branch is 3 miles away. Cape of Lava, the westernmost point of the contiguous 48 states, is 3.1 miles to the right. And the sign here is saying that bears have been seen at close range. It's a sow with 2 cubs. They're probably second-year cubs, maybe even third year, I don't know. But a report said they were seen down here on Friday. I have never seen them. I camped down here last year. I didn't see them. I camped at Sandpoint and didn't see any animal life. But anyway, we're heading down there. They hang around the beach most of the time. I've seen a video of them on the beach. So we're going down this trail. The origin of this is in World War II when they were doing extensive coastal patrols. There was a barracks at Ozette Lake here, and they built these 2 trails that go out to the coast as kind of the anchor of the coastal defense. These are old boards, cedar. When they're wet, they're slick. So today we're wearing rubber boots instead of hiking boots. Help us out on the traction department. We're going to be going 3 miles down to Sandpoint and take the beach south. That'll get us to Yellow Banks. That's another 2 miles to the headland just above Yellow Banks, and maybe another 1.5 miles wherever the camp is. Some nice new fresh boardwalk. I can even smell the cedar. A lot of it though is in pretty bad shape. There are quite a few little sections that have broken steps. And man, it is easy to put your trekking pole in one of those grooves there. So we've got to go maybe another mile and we'll get to the beach. Okay, I can see clear skies through the trees there. So that means that's the ocean. We're getting close. I stopped for a moment. I could hear the surf in the background. So we are getting close to our first objective of getting to Sandpoint. What we're going to try to do is make the first turn to the right and then another turn to the right, avoiding a campsite. That should put us on the beach the easiest way. And we'll just round Sandpoint and head south to Yellow Banks. Now I can really hear the surf. It is foggy down here. We're not going to be able to see very far, I can think. Okay, here's the right turn I was talking about. So we're going to take a right and head for the beach. Put us on the north side of Sandpoint. We'll be keeping an eye out too for the bear I was telling you about with the cubs. There's some people sitting at the campsite here. Hi. Oh, is there an easy way to get down?
Not really. We decided just to sit out.
Yeah. Talked to those folks for a moment. They were nice and friendly. I think I met 5 people on the trail going back. I looked at the reservation numbers last night. I think there's a total of 8 people that are staying down either at Sandpoint or South Sandpoint, and I'm the only one that had a reservation for Yellow Banks. That is Sandpoint. It's a nice view and a hill up there. I'm not going to go up there today, but if you would like to see the view from there, I have a video of Sandpoint from a camp out last year or the year before, I can't remember. So our objective is there. It's that beach between those points. They call it Yellow Banks. We got a wide open, low tide beach right now, but we can't dawdle because the tide is going to be coming in here shortly. I think in about 50 minutes it switches, so we may be there by then. I don't know. I made it down here in an hour, and that is fast for me, going 3 miles in an hour. There's pretty good footing on that boardwalk. This is Wish Creek. It is the water source for any camping here at Sandpoint. Pretty nice cruising on this flat sandy beach. We're cutting into the distance to that headland over there that is the entrance into Yellow Banks. Nice weather right now, except we've got some fog out there. I'll turn around and give you a 360 there. But later on tonight, the winds are supposed to increase and possibility of gusts up to 30 miles an hour. So we have brought the extra poles for the tent and brought the tie outs. So we will be ready for anything like that. That's the target for the Sandpoint to Lake Ozette Trail. And if I remember right, there's a pretty nice campsite with a latrine or potty up there. I explored that site and then another one down in there when I was on my last trip to Sandpoint. Nice little spots. Kind of adjusted our course a bit so we could get up above these rocks here and keep on the sand. And then we're heading over to there. We're making very good time. We're still about a half hour before the tide changes, so now I'm not really concerned at all that we're going to have a race to reach that point, because we are obviously going to get there quickly. Getting closer. We are now getting to the constriction on the beach that can only be passed at a tide that is 5 feet or lower. Okay, now we're into the dreaded pea gravel, and you can see that with some of the tracks, they're pretty deep. I'm going to go up. Well, somebody lost their hard hat. Maybe village people were down here. Oh, wow. Now, about a foot deep, huh? We're just going to ease our way into this. Oh! Slippery. Oh, we're making it. We took a little water on that one, but then we can do. I think this is the way, because I saw a picture somewhere this last week that showed this view. That's the last way in, so I think this is it. That's pretty deep. Maybe not so deep along this side, though. Ooh. Oh, and they said it was tricky getting in here. They weren't kidding. Oh man, that is really deep out there. Holy smokes. Well, so we're just gonna have to do it. Get up over there. All right. We'll be drying socks tonight. Oh man. Oh, oh gosh. Yeah, knee deep. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. There's got to be another way in here. Yikes. Well, I will discover my folly later, probably, where I should have gone. Or could have gone, but this looked like the only way to me. I think if we would have scrambled over that little thing there, we could have avoided that whole drenching of everything. I didn't know though. As you can see, there's no room to stand up through this thing. This is definitely a scramble. I gotta be way careful. This looks like a butt slide to me. Alright. But looks like Yellow Banks is right here on the other side. Oh, it's a little wet. We made it. That's quite a conglomeration of a campsite right there. Ta-da! Finally at Yellow Banks. Now that I'm halfway wet from the waist down. So, there is supposed to be that campsite, and then there's supposed to be another one down towards the end someplace that's bigger. I think I'm going to go over here real quick and investigate this one, and then I'm going to empty my boots, which weigh about 14 pounds apiece. Well, the trail to the campsite is basically right up down this gully, but here is this little trickle of this wonderful spring. Okay, we got the tent set up now here at our Yellow Banks High Camp. 89 feet off the bench, according to the phone. Seems like it's a little bit higher than that. Whoa, immature bald eagle just flew by off my left arm there as I was talking. Out there, because we're close to the edge. And I'm not going to get any closer to this tonight because it is straight down off of this. So my rule of thumb is I'm going to not get any closer than that orange marker, which I'm thinking is there to keep you from taking the big leap right there. And we've made 2 trips for water. We have that 6-liter bag there, and we got another 40-liter bottle, and we got a smart water bottle there too. So we are set, getting our camp ready. We're thinking about doing a fire. We might be putting some guy lines on the tent. We've got the extra poles on there tonight, so that and it's really a nice tout setup. So I think we're set to survive any gusts that are supposed to be up to 30 miles an hour tonight. Okay, about 6:30 now. We've got all of the cross poles and the guy wires hooked up. We're about ready to survive a hurricane if we had to. I sure wouldn't want to be down here if there were, but I got one there and got one. The only side I don't have one is this one. Alright, we're going to cook up some food here. Always be careful when you're cooking out in the wilderness that where you're sitting, that your stove is stable, because a lot of people have been seriously scalded when they've dumped boiling water on like their feet or their legs. And not exactly a wonderful time or place to have to need emergency room. So make sure your surface is level and secure. Yeah, so before I got to the dad message about that, I'm using a little homemade foil windscreen that I made that I knew I was going to need, because the last time I was down here it took like about 30 minutes, it seemed like, to boil water. So I got this little foil windscreen that hopefully is going to help keep the wind out of this thing, boil the water a lot quicker. Okay. Woo! Okay, spicy Southwest style skillet. What does it have in it? Potatoes, shredded beef, black beans, green chilies, vegetables, and I added 3 packages of tuna because I'm starving, and we're gonna have a feast. First time I've seen the sun all day, and it's heading on down. Kind of give you a view of the campsite here in the daytime. I think it was pretty dark when we took our little tour last night, so give you another view out here. The ocean. Tide is starting to go out now. View way down to the beach. And we have everything pretty much tore down now except for our water bottle and the toilet kit there, so we can go and do our duty in the back. And also, friends, make sure that when you're out camping, don't surface poop, because a lot of people do that. They just pick some place to go, take a crap right on top of the dirt and leave toilet paper, and that's just a disgusting mess. Take your nice little trowel, dig down 6 inches, make sure you're at least 100 feet away from any water source, and be a good camper and a good hiker. End of today's public service message. Let's go down here. We had the tent right here last night. comfortable sleep. I don't think the wind really gusted. We went way over on our preparation as far as being ready for the wind, like tying down the tent, but you know, wouldn't want to go outside when it's windy in the middle of the night. And that is the way we're heading out this afternoon, as soon as the tide gets a little bit lower. Okay, noontime. We're going to get ready to take off here shortly. At least go down to the beach. Leave here and go down to the beach, maybe explore a little bit before we head on out. There we go. And we are on the beach. Ah, that's a big log there. Oh, there's somebody standing over there. I'll be dang. Somebody must have come through already. I don't know if you can see me. I'll adjust. There we go. Hiker, look at the water. In case if you're curious of where the campsite was, I camped at last night. That right there is what you're going to be looking for, the white buoy and the orange buoy, as a bee flies real close to my face. And this huge squag that's got a myriad of different floats on it is right next to it. So that's where we camped, where the big camp is up there, way up on the bluff up there. We're going to try to go over the little scramble of the boulder to bypass that deep water we were in yesterday. Okay, spoke to the hiker that just came through here. She kind of rock hopped around the outside to get here, so I believe that is where the tunnel is, right there. And I think the hiker that is ahead of me bypassed that and went to the outside. Well, I'm not going to go that way if I can go through there. Lesser of two difficult ways this way. At least I've been through there here and know what it is. Kind of slippery here. Okay, the problem here is the pack. Yeah, see, the problem is I'm scraping the top here. Yep. All right. And we're caught again, but I got out. And now, whew, that's not exactly clean smelling. Through the tunnel now. I've thought about this a lot last night. I think if I go through there, instead of trying to go out there, we can go right up over out the top. Instead of going down there and going through all of that water. We'll give it a try. Yeah. Well, that looks like a lot of people are going through there, I think. Let me get that just in case you can't see it. There you go. Oh. This definitely has been crossed many a time. But I think there was soil here once. This is just eroded away, but you can tell from that root that it is, oh gosh, yeah. Holy Toledo. Let's go for the right leg here. Oop. So to give you an idea of what we did yesterday, we went through there. We were over there, and then we crossed down into the pool, walked through the pool, which looks really deep, and then up here. And then walked through there to get to the tunnel we just came through. This might be tricky getting off of this though, we'll see. It's gonna be tricky regardless, actually. Oh yeah. Nice little scramble route there, but we'll get down. You're just gonna have to climb down backward there. Ooh, that is slippery. There's the pole. There we go. Alright, I made it. Alright, now, and now we complete the loop here, because I crossed that and went down there yesterday. I'm sure with a hiker that said that she went to the outside rock hopping. She probably went to the outside, but she looked pretty agile. Didn't have a pack on either. Okay, hands only here. There we go. And we did it. Ta-da! This is a lot more scenic in the sun, isn't it? Yesterday's video was not that spectacular. So, goodbye Yellow Banks. It's the last we'll see of you for a while. And I hope you have a great one. Hey, in the distance, Ozette Island. A couple of other islands that are north of Ozette, and that triangular looking hill that's right at the point is Sand Point. That's where we came onto the beach yesterday. So one more little tricky spot here are the rocks on this next point, and it's smooth sailing on sand and boardwalk. Didn't expect to have such a beautiful day today because it's supposed to cloud up and rain, I think maybe tomorrow night and into the weekend. It's just been very pleasant out here. The fog lifted today and it's nice. We didn't have a lot of weather to contend with. It was a little windy and cold last night, and that mainly was because I sweated quite a bit on the way down. I was a little wet, but we got everything dried out by just keeping it on and kind of cooked everything dry. And I was very comfortable. Slept well once I went to sleep last night, and we just had a real good trip. Approaching Sand Point. This is the creek for the camping area. Just past the 1 mile mark. Also past the first 2 hikers I've seen since we left the ocean. Kind of unusual, I think, but it is a weekday. Well, my friends, the bridge over the Ozette River indicates that we are wrapping up another fun journey in Olympic National Park. I hope you've enjoyed the journey today. And as we crest the span here, the robin's up there enjoying it. I'll show you a little bit of a view into Lake Ozette. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, so long.